Hey everybody, guess what we're looking at here? This will be a Homelite Super XL Auto. I started out with like dirt bikes and ATVs, the dirt drag strips of those machines. That's kind of where I got started with like two-stroke engines and working on them. I decided to take this Homelite Super XL, pull the cylinder out. This one's shot. This particular one is shot. This one will never run again, so that's why I pulled it apart. I was just kind of curious. But I think I'm going to do a port here. Do a little bit of porting. Actually, I have about a half a dozen of these saws. I'm going to show you one without the port and one with a port. I'll be able to show you both. Side by side, I'll even run the same bar and chain on both saws. That way you get it about as equal as possible. But I think I am going to do a little port work to a Super XL just to see what a very mellow port would do. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Here's our piston. There's not really much going on there. Just a standard piston. There's some times you can lighten them up with extra material, but as you look there, there's really no extra material to bother with. So we're going to leave the piston alone. I'll end up having to get a new one. Well, I actually won't even be able to use this motor because I'm going to do it with one of my current running ones, not this one. Now, the other thing to look at here is our intake, how the fuel gets into the engine. And you can see, here's our intake. If I wanted to, I could open that up a little bit, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to leave it alone. I kind of like the way that is designed. It's got a nice little cone shape going down in there. The most I might do is clean it and polish it a little bit, but you don't want to do that so much on the intake because it just helps the air to mix with the fuel, if you know what I mean. So polishing isn't really the best way to go on the intake. Now, exhaust. Here's our exhaust. Definitely some improvements to be made there. I'm trying to think. I'm thinking because if I port the exhaust out, then I'm looking at port timing and all that stuff, if you know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, look it up. You got port timing things whenever you start getting in there and doing it. But I don't think I'm going to. I don't know. I might do something there. But the main thing I'm going to hit is right here at the transfers. So what you're looking at here, let me show you both. Try to get this set up. So you see this cylinder. See this line that goes around right here? Okay. This line is where it matches up with this. You see? Okay. That's where it's matching up with that. That's what created that line. So this much material is overhanging into the opening of the cylinder. So what I want to do is I just want to take and mill this out to this edge and just round it all off. Make it nice and smooth the whole way around. And this part here in the middle, I'm going to round it out and sharpen it up. Make it nice and smooth. Same thing here, same thing here. That's pretty much all the porting I might do on this saw. Just smooth these areas out, these rough edges. You know what I mean? I'll do the same thing on this side. I think this one thing will make a very drastic difference in the saw's performance. Just this one thing. So I think what I'll do is I'll take one of my good saws and I'll do this work and I'll be able to show you a comparison between two engines. But it's been a few years since I've done any port work, at least 5, maybe even 8 years. So, and that's all one of the things I always look for. I always look for the rough edges, anything that would stop air from flowing, if you know what I mean. I want to get rid of all that. Okay? And you can see the line here that was created by this. So I want to open it up and smooth that all out to where it's the same. I want to, this is the transfer. This is where your fuel is transferring from the bottom of the cylinder to the top. So the bit easier and smoother I can get it to flow through there, the more performance I should be able to get. And I think just by getting this rounded over and transferring nice and smoothly should increase the Sol's performance. That's all I'm going to do. Get rid of the big flat stop, if you know what I mean. But it's just good. Check back, and I'll try to show you the process as I go. But this is just a little investigating video. Just taking a quick look, because I wasn't going to do any porting. I think a lot of porting is overrated, personally. I don't think it gained enough to justify the cost, if you know what I mean. Just buy a bigger saw, as far as I'm concerned. Just go bigger. It doesn't make sense to me, but I'm going to do it on this one. But it should be enough to notice. So check back, and we're going to do a little port work here. I don't even know if I still got my milling bits and everything. I got to find all these tools that I haven't touched in years. So be patient with me here.